Hi, Molly. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
This is your first session, right?
This is my first session with you. Yes.
Very good. How long have you been following?
I've probably been following you for about a year now.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Good. What are we
Yep.
doing today?
You're doing mediumship for me. I
Oh,
guess channeling whatever comes through.
she made some good points for you. She knew right away what you're dealing with and how to cope with it and what to start focusing on. So we can work on some of that when we go into some of the inner child healing and stuff too, but make sure that you're choosing good memories and that you're also trying to think through areas that you're beating yourself up on and just start learning how to make peace. I'm going to help you with that when we do some inner child healing, but she's really feeling, both of them are, the grandfather and the grandmother are really feeling like you're bogging your own self down with some of this stuff. And then the mom's, I see her face peeking through and I see her so bright and smiley. She has a big bright smile on her face. Was she like that normally, or is she just doing that for you?
I think she's doing that for me. I
Okay.
definitely struggled with depression here.
Well, she's definitely coming in with a bright smile on her face now. A lot of light there and a lot of love for you. Were you her only child?
I'm her baby.
Baby. Oh, that's why that makes sense. That makes sense. She's like, yes, my baby. Just try to get a little more information from them. She doesn't want you to make the same mistakes she made. I don't know all what she's talking about, but I do know that the depression's one part of it. But I feel like she wants you to learn from her mistakes, not to follow in her footsteps. She was an absorber like you are, wasn't she? Not grandma so much. Because grandma wasn't too much of an
No.
absorber. I don't know, but mom was. And just getting some more information from her. She had a couple heartbreaks of her own, didn't she?
She
With
did.
men. What was the story with that? Just like a two second. Give me a quick two minute
Her
story.
dad was an alcoholic as well. Died 2 weeks before her wedding. Literally fell down the stairs in front of her and died.
Oh,
And then I don't know, she didn't really talk about him a lot. She was very angry at him. And my mom was a nurse and she dated a doctor. And again, she never really talked about it, but you say that she settled for my dad when she could have married a doctor.
oh, that's not nice. Oh, she regrets saying that to you.
Of course. There's a lot of things she said that I'm sure she regrets.
She knows she wasn't quite right. She was bitter is what she's saying. It's her
Yeah.
past. She projected a lot of her crap onto you, and that's going to also unfortunately be an area that you will need to work on, but she will help you from the other side because she now, and your grandma's back there, they know what's going on from the other side now, and they know all the
Correct.
flaws in the human world, and they know all the reasons that they made the choices and mistakes that they did. But again, it's all coming back to the fact that you're holding on to all the things from all these family members that are kind of like carrying in your field, which explains a lot of why you're dealing with depression. And also she projected a lot onto you,
Correct.
and she regrets that certainly. But she really wants you to get to the point, like your grandma was saying, that you get to go out and create happy memories for you, not including all the BS that you want from.
Yes.
Now, it's easy to say that, and it's hard to do it sometimes, isn't it?
Correct. I mean, I've been
Because,
working on this stuff for 3 years, and like, when does it get easier?
well, I think that I hear that from a lot of clients, like pretty much everybody, that I've been doing all this work all my life. Blah, 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 blah. Well, if we shift the way we look at that, and instead of seeing it as work, and we see it as I'm learning to love myself more every day. I'm getting better at loving myself every day, and you start to think of it as a self-love thing, then the heaviness of work, it dissipates because it's not really a work thing. It's I'm loving myself more. I'm getting better at working through things in my soul, in my life, in my heart. I'm getting better at feeling what my soul needs. I'm getting better at trusting my soul's gut. You see what I mean? It becomes so soft and so easy and so beautiful when you look at it that way, as opposed to, I've been doing all this work. Get used to it, because it's not a work thing, it's a self-love thing, and hopefully you'll never stop. Right?
Okay. Yes.
So then, okay, well, I've been doing all this self-love for decades and I love it and I'm never going to stop. I'm getting better at it every day, and every day it brings me to these new heights in myself. And let's help you shift the way that you're seeing that so that it becomes more beautiful for you, as it should be.
Yes.
I'm just hearing some chitter chatter here, so I'm just kind of trying to figure out who's talking. What are you guys trying to tell me now? So give me a second here. You have lots of others there, but I'm not going to go deep with all of them at the moment because we're already getting so much. It's like you have a whole spirit team here for sure. I do feel like your godmother person is here. And I feel like there's two others that are either trying to figure out who they are. They're distant relatives, maybe aunts or uncles or something. They're kind of distant relatives, but I see two other ones there too. I don't know. You said you had a friend that passed over. I'm not sure if that's who one of these people is. What was your friend's name?
His name was Jimmy.
Oh, Jimmy. How did he pass over?
So he had dialysis and stopped taking dialysis.
I'm not really getting a direct connection with him. Maybe we can do that another time, but I do feel like you have three others here. And you have a pet you have a pet or something that's passed over?
Yes.
Two of them?
Yes, several. Recently a cat, BB.
Well, they like to show up too sometimes. But why is two of them standing out more than the other one?
I don't know. I'm not sure on that.
Did you feel like you had more of a bond to two of them?
Two were from the same dad.
Oh, that could make sense. I do feel like the godmother maybe and two others, but like I said, they're kind of off in the distance a little bit. And I feel like we got what these guys were trying to say to us, which was the main point, because I think that they were coming in because they wanted to get to the root of some of your own pain so that you can start to address some of those issues in your own life so that you can have a happier future, because you're not living a very happy life and you're caring more than you should be, and you're a little misdirected because you got some convoluted field here with things that still need to be cleansed. And that's what they're kind of trying to say to you. And all of them, everything that came in so far had to do with the need to go deeper with your inner child, the need to do some deeper stuff around the soul babies, the need to release. I think you're going to end up doing some release therapy, and the need to make peace with your stories so that you can move forward, so that you don't keep making choices that you end up regretting, because you need to do some soul alignment. And I know you've been working on it, everybody has, but everybody has more work to do. And so the soul realignment for you, I think, is going to be important too. And the child work will help begin that process. Do you have a question?
I don't know.
I'm just listening. I'm just making sure that I don't cut anybody off before they're totally finished with what they're trying to say to me. If you see me rolling my eyes in the back of my head, I think your mom still wants to say something else. Where is your dad? Was your dad's alive, but was he in your upbringing?
He was. My mother's deathbed, she convinced me to move in with him, and so I took care of him for 17 years, and that was one of the shifts I made, was to sell the house and let him go live with my sister. Which I have a lot of guilt over, but it was for the best.
He's pretty incapacitated now?
He's going down now.
What's the regret about that?
I just wanted him to finish it out with me, but I knew I couldn't. That
it was just
kind of like a codependent thing. Yeah, it was a codependent thing that I'm trying to shift out of for myself.
I see. No wonder she brought that up. That's again another one of those issues that they want you to learn how to make peace with, because it is what it is. And they're telling me to remind you that you're not in control of his destiny. Only God is, and God is good, right? And so not to carry all that burden. It doesn't belong to you. It belongs to God.
Yeah.
And God knows the perfect solution for your dad and for you. And your dad is being held in God's hands just like you are. And so they're kind of like wanting you to understand that, to work on that. That's part of that release we're talking about, is for you to stop carrying it all right here in your heart and to start saying, you know what? God is in control. I'm giving it to God. And you start lifting it out of your heart and giving it to the higher power, so that you're not getting bogged down with things that are not in your control, because they're not meant to be. And I think that that was the last piece that she wanted to bring in for you today, because there's a lot of work that you're going to need to do with your emotional body.
Yes.
You need emotional body work, because
Yes.
you've got lots of layers of body, shadow body, light body, physical body, etc. But your emotional body itself is the one right now that's really presenting itself in such a way that needs some reshaping.
I think I held a lot of, I was extremely sensitive as a child, and I held a lot of it in.
Of course, you're the big-hearted one, so you're the one that gets all the emotional work there, but that's also a great gift once it gets kind of worked through.
Right.
And so that's what she's also bringing up. She made me look at the dad and see what was going on over there. And when I got there, I said, oh, I see what's going on. So I think in that case, so the things that you need to do to feel better about it, that particular subject, is you need to, of course, visit him when you can and let him know you love him, and then release the rest of it, because it's not yours. Give it to God. Trust your sister. Trust that everybody's working things through the best that everybody can, and release the rest to universe, because universe has all of us perfectly cradled in its hands.
Yes.
We're all going to croak. It's not about croaking. We're all going to croak eventually. It's just about trusting that we're loved and we're supported even in that. When somebody croaks, there's usually angels that take them right to the other side, and they're supported. There's no need to fear or worry or guilt or shame. Everything is perfectly handled from the spirit world. It's just illusions in the human world that get us tripped up. And you're not in control of your dad. It's not your job to manage everything all the time. You don't have to. You just need to love him. And love is unconditional.
Yes,
So,
and I really have been working on that. And that was the biggest step, by letting him go with my sister.
Yeah, it sounds like it was a big one. But I think you just need to keep working through that energy and making more and more peace with it, and just remembering that you made the best choice for you, and that's all you could do. And as much as maybe you wanted to do different, if you could have, you had to do what you had to do, and your dad's fine. He's fine. She's not abusing him, right? So
no. Make
peace with it. Keep making peace with it. Give him your love when you can. Give him your love out of your heart. Love is a free flowing thing. You don't have to control the circumstances to love somebody.
Appreciate you and your time today. Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed it. And
I did.
Little messages from each, but it was definitely, they made themselves very clear, and I was able to see very clearly who it was and what they were wanting to share.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
All right. See you later.